It's the 1st of January 2020, a brand new decade, and here we are at the Rupavahini studios.
On behalf of everyone here at the Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation, we wish you a prosperous and absolutely happy New Year.
I'm Sharon Mascarenhas.
And I'm Tilina Udayaratna. For starters, we take a look at tonight's top stories.
The import of ethanol for the manufacture of alcohol has been banned. Tax concessions of the new government is scheduled to be implemented from today. The 1 million national tree planting program begins. Celebrations throughout the world in connection with the dawn of the new year.
People from around the world celebrated New Year's Eve last night with absolute grandeur. This is a glimpse of how New Year's Eve 2019 progressed last night with music, entertainment and fireworks.
The capital of Nepal, Kathmandu, is experiencing very extreme cold weather. Amidst of the very cold weather, most of Nepalis have come together to celebrate the dawn of the new year. I'm Dhammika Vikramaditya Rupavahini reporting from Kathmandu, Nepal.
That was the New Year's Eve 2020 celebrations around the world. Details for you in Colombo or Sri Lanka will come up shortly. Now, numerous programs have been organized throughout the island in connection with the dawn of the year 2020. The first program, organized Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa, arrived at the historic Kathragama sacred site and engaged in veneration in connection with the dawn of the new year. The Prime Minister, after receiving blessings at the Kirivehera sacred site, has later visited the Kathragama Mahadevalaya and received the blessings of the deities. The chief incumbent of the Kathragama Kirivehera Viharaya, Venerable Kobavaka Damminda Thera, has performed religious observances. The first program organised in the new year by the Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation was telecast in front of the Ruanveli Mahasaya. Venerable Dr. Pallegama Hemaratana Thera has presided over the event. Former President Maithripala Sirisena also received blessings after venerating the Jayasri Ma Bodhi and the Ruanveli Mahasaya in Anuradhapura this morning. A special program in connection with the New Year was also conducted at the Sri Dalada Maligawa in Kandy. A large number of devotees were present at the event. Programs were also conducted at the historic Sabaragamuwa Mahasaman Devalaya in Ratnapura. Provincial Governor Tikiri Kobbakadu and State Minister Janaka Wakkumbura took part in a special puja. A pinkama to bless the general public at the dawn of the new year was held at the Gangarama Vihara in Hunupetia under the leadership of Venerable Dr. Kirinde Asajit Thera. Bishop of Batticaloa, Reverend Joseph Ponnaya, has officiated a service of blessings at the Julianthi Mary's Church in Batticaloa. A special puja for the new year was also conducted at the Amartikali Sri Manmangal Kovil this morning. High priest of the Kovil, Kurukul Shiva Sri Adi Raja, conducted the puja ceremony. A special puja was also held at the Nallur Kandaswamy Kovil with the participation of a large number of devotees.
President Gotabaya Rajapaksa says that a new year has dawned at a time when the entire Sri Lankan people were expecting a beginning of a new era in the economic, political, social, cultural and technological fields in their motherland. The government welcomes the new year with great determination and commitment to add this year into the history as a year of prosperity. The President has made these remarks issuing a message of best wishes in connection with the new year 2020.
He has also pointed out in his New Year message that Sri Lanka has achieved many victories in the past through its vision of experiences of its own. The aim is to fulfill progress by mixing numerous identities and skills with modern-day vision. The country needs a vibrant economy giving priority to indigenous nature. The President adds that this expectation would further consolidate the measures they have taken towards freedom. The main hope of the people is to see a secured nation with a disciplined society. Many expectations of the present and future generations would be realized only under such a social background. The new government is a victory of the collective people who love their country. Therefore, the President reiterates that no room will be left for the rise of any force that obstructs the people's expectations. Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa in his New Year Day message has pointed out that the third decade of the 21st century that has just begun today should be turned into the decade of Sri Lanka. When anybody looks back at the third decade of the 21st century some day later, the decade should be considered as the one in which Sri Lanka came into prominence among the world community. Sri Lanka has embarked upon the new decade in the background of the election of a president with a massive people's mandate at the presidential election. The Prime Minister's message has further pointed out that by now a new hope is being proliferated among the younger generations of a new Sri Lanka. This fact has been amply reflected through the voluntary organization of youth throughout the country to build the nation under their leadership. Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa has also stated that many youth activities in this connection could now be observed. Former Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe, issuing a message in connection with the new year, says that it has been possible to grant social, political and human freedom to the masses during their regime. During the period of their administration, they were able to lay the foundation for economic stability through the process of sustainable development.
The Mahasangha says that a determination should be made in the new year by all ethnic groups to act in cooperation, disregarding differences based on race and religion. They made those remarks issuing a special message in connection with the dawn of the new year. Mahanayaka Thera of the Asgiriya chapter, Most Venerable Varkagoda Sri Gnanaratana Thera, said that all must strive to develop the country by thinking that this is their land of birth and where they live. The Venerable Thera also extended best wishes for all for a prosperous year. The Anunayaka of the Malwata chapter, the Venerable Dimul Kumure Vimaladhamma Thera, said that all must act without creating problems and wish best of luck for all in the new year.
The National Tree Planting Program, titled A Growing Tree for the Progressive Country, was underway at the Mahamayuna Gardens in Anuradhapura today. In parallel with the National Tree Planting Program, President Gotabaya Rajapaksa has planted a tree in his official residence in Mirihana. According to the environmental policy of President Gotabaya Rajapaksa, it is anticipated to increase forest cover to 32%. Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa has also joined the National Tree Planting Program by planting a sapling at the Carlton residence in Tangol. Minister S.M. Chandrasena has presided over the commencement of the National Tree Planting Program at the Mahamayuna Gardens in Anuradhapura by planting many saplings of medicinal importance. The Mahasangha, headed by Atamasthana-adhipati Venerable Palligama Sirinivasa Thera, has extended his blessings. The plants are being supplied by the Department of Wildlife Conservation, the Central Environmental Authority and the Sri Lanka Mahaveli Authority. The Kaluthura District Tree Planting Program has commenced at the Valallavita Yagirala Protectorate this morning. Officials from the Hambantota District Secretariat have also planted saplings in their office premises prior to the commencement of duties in the new year.
The Ministry of Finance has decided to suspend with immediate effect the importation of ethanol for the manufacture of alcohol. The decision has been taken according to the instructions of Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa. The order of the Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa in the capacity of the Minister of Finance, Economic and Policy Development has come into effect from today. Accordingly, importation of ethanol for the manufacture of alcohol has been banned. A communique issued by the Ministry of Finance, Economic and Policy Development also says that this decision has been taken as ethanol is being produced extensively locally as well.
Many tax concessions of the new government are being implemented from today. The government has agreed upon the policy to extend relief to the people at the first cabinet meeting itself. The maiden relief package of the government extends direct tax concessions. Accordingly, those who earn a monthly income of more than 100,000 rupees are being exempted from the pay-as-you-earn tax. For every increase of revenue of 250,000 rupees, a 6% pay-as-you-earn tax will be levied. Around 665,000 documentation pertaining to income earnings of more than 100,000 rupees have been opened at the Department of Inland Revenue. Most of these income earners will be freed from paying taxes. The restriction on the imposition of taxes through the value-added tax or VAT from businesses for a quarter has been increased to 75 million rupees. Accordingly, the annual supply limit on taxes based on the VAT has been increased to 300 million rupees from 12 million rupees. The 5% retaining tax has been abolished. So far, retaining tax has been imposed on the interest of all bank accounts other than that of senior citizens. However, from now on, the retention tax will be levied only on all bank accounts of which the income on interest exceeds 250,000 rupees. Therefore, any monthly retaining taxes need not be paid on fixed deposits, children's savings, senior citizens' deposits, and for accounts up to 250,000 rupees. The 17% tax, including the 15% VAT on all goods and services and the 2% VAT on nation building, has been reduced to 8%. Foreign exchange has been exempted from all taxes. The carbon tax on all vehicles not operated by electricity, three-wheelers and motorcycles are being implemented from today. According to the new carbon tax, a charge from 3,000 rupees is being levied on passenger buses. The agricultural, fisheries, livestock resources sectors are freed from the income tax. The income tax on the construction sector has been reduced to 14% from 28%. Religious places as well as the information technology sector are also exempted from income taxes.
Government servants commence duties for the new year by giving their pledge. Ceremonies were organized today at every government institution this morning. President Secretary Dr. P.B. Jayasundara presided over the ceremony in this connection at the Presidential Secretariat this morning. President Gotabaya Rajapaksa extended his best wishes to his staff in the new year. Staff, including officials of the Ministry of Public Administration, Home Affairs, Provincial Councils and local government, have also commenced duties in the new year by giving state service pledge. A tree planting program in the premises has also been conducted according to a concept of the President. And here at home, the staff of the Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation has also commenced duties for the new year, proclaiming their state service pledge this morning. Chairman of the corporation, Dr. Niyal Jayathilaka, Director General Ajit Naragala were also present on the occasion. Initially, all religious observances were conducted and thereafter blessings were extended on the staff of the corporation. It has been pointed out that the main expectation of the national television in this new year, as well as in present quality and meaningful programs for its hundreds of thousands of viewers.
Minister Bandula Gunawardena says that a program to extend higher education opportunities for all students qualified for university education will be conducted from this year. This will be conducted according to the policy statement on the vision of prosperity of the President. The minister has revealed these facts at a media briefing at the Government Information Department yesterday. Minister Bandula Gunawardena said that 181,126 students have obtained minimum qualifications for university admission. The minister added that if they leave aside the traditional number of 30,000 from this 181,126, still roughly 150,000 will be deprived of higher education in 2020. The minister added that they will want to change this situation and that they will implement a program this year to provide higher education opportunities to this 150,000 students. Plans are underway to increase the intake into the national university system by 25% this year through optimum management strategies on physical and human resources. It is hoped to approve university education institutions which are not motivated by profits for the handing over of degrees in the private sector. The minister further said that by the end of President Gotabaya Rajapaksa's era, there would be at least 300 university education institutions covering every divisional secretariat division. He added that all ministries and departments which are engaged in the presentation of diplomas and higher diplomas are to be acquired by the Ministry of Higher Education. Well, parliamentarian Vijayadasa Rajapaksa says that 2 new constitutional amendments will be brought to prevent the recurrence of serious events that had taken place in the recent past. The MP adds that the aim of the 21st and 22nd constitutional revisions is to consolidate national security and unity among ethnic groups. Parliamentarian Vijayadasa Rajapaksa said that according to the 22nd Amendment to the Constitution, the Ministry of Defence comes under the purview of the President and the President holds full responsibility of national security. The President, instead of seeking the opinions of the Constitutional Council on the appointment of appropriate persons to the posts of Attorney General, IGP, Secretary General of Parliament, Ombudsman, Auditor General, must seek the opinion of the Prime Minister in this regard. In the past 4 years, the Constitutional Council did not act impartially. Parliamentarian Vijayadasa Rajapaksa added that as a result, Sri Lanka was unable to prevent the occurrence of the Easter Sunday attack. The Constitutional Council had always prevented the appointment of suitable persons to the responsible positions. Parliamentarian Rajapaksa further said that it has been proposed to increase the vote percentage for the election of a parliamentarian from an administrative district to 12.5% from 5%.
Meanwhile, a program is underway to distribute push bikes among police stations in the island. The aim is to make an efficient patrolling and inspections. Under the program, 40 bicycles were handed over to 10 coastal police stations in the Galle district today. Governor of the Southern Province, Willie Gamage, presided over the event.
Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa says measures will be taken in the new year to develop the country by fulfilling the pledges given to the people. He was addressing a ceremony at the Vajiragiri Viharasthana in Tangol. Books and equipment were distributed among 100 children of low-income earning families in Tangol in connection with the new year. The President also handed over dry rations to 100 pregnant women. Wheelchairs were also presented to 10 persons with disabilities. The event was organized by the Ruhunu Karaliya Sangvidhanaya.
President of the Sri Lanka Bodhijana Peramuna, Professor Gio Piri, says that the Parliament is entrusted with a bigger task to carry forward the program of the President. Addressing a media briefing in Colombo today, he added that the people are extending massive support to the program. President of the Sri Lanka Bodhijana Peramuna, Professor Gio Piri, said that even within the 6 weeks upon President Gotabaya Rajapaksa assuming duties as the President, a complete change is taking place in the political culture of the country. People are extending direct cooperation to the government. In order to fulfill the task of the President, a parliamentary majority is needed. The executive is unable to act on its own to revise outdated laws. In this connection, a parliament has to play a decisive role. Professor Gio Piri said the main aim is to gain two-thirds majority.
පාර්ලිමේන්තුවේ ශක්තිමත් බහුතරයක් අවශ්‍යයි. අවශ්‍ය තැන්වල යල් පැනපු හෝ සතුටුදායක නොවන නීති සංශෝධනය කිරීම. ඒවා විධායක ශාඛාවට තනියම කරන්න පුළුවන් තත්වයක් නැහැ අපේ ආණ්ඩුක්‍රම ව්‍යවස්ථාව යටතේ. පාර්ලිමේන්තුවට තියෙනවා තීරණාත්මක භූමිකාවක් හා කාර්යභාරයක්. එසේ පත්වන පාර්ලිමේන්තුව තුළ 3/2ක බහුතරයක් නව රජයට ලබා ගැනීම තමයි අපේ ප්‍රධාන අභිමතාර්ථය.
State Minister Dilum Amunugama said that a change in the methodology
එවැනි තත්ත්වයක් මේ ඉදිරි දශකයේදී ඇති නොවන්නට ශ්‍රී ලංකා පොදු ජන පෙරමුණ අපේ ප්‍රතිපත්තිවල මුල් තැනක් දීලා තියෙනවා.
And in the meantime, Sri Lanka is recognized as Asia's best nation for wildlife tourism. Sri Lanka was ranked under the category of Asia's best nation for wildlife tourism by Top 10 Asia's premier publications. High Commissioner of Sri Lanka in Kuala Lumpur, Kapila Jayampati, has accepted the honour of Asia's best nation for wildlife tourism at the Top Asia Corporate Ball 2019 at the Shangri-La Hotel in Kuala Lumpur recently.
And massive crowds have flocked at the Golf-Face Green in Colombo last night to watch the Flashback band, the night concert organised by the Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation in connection with the dawn of the New Year 2020. Many popular singers of the island participated in the event.
සිට අවසරයි 31 රෑ ප්‍රසංගය රැගෙන ඔබ හමුවට ජාතික රූපවාහිනිය ඔස්සේ මේ ආකාරයෙන් සමීප වන්නට
And on the same note, the Colombo National Hospital says that a relative decrease in the number of accidents on New Year's Eve has been reported. Acting Deputy Director General of the Accident Service, Dr. Lionel Muhandiramge, says that 480 persons were treated on accidents. 156 patients are receiving residential treatment, 110 persons were injured due to accidents and 4 persons due to lighting of fireworks. 27 others had to be treated upon due to engagement in brawls. This represents a 2.6% decline in comparison to the figures of the previous year. And on sports news, the Sri Lankan reserve for the upcoming T20 cricket tournament against India has been named. It includes 16 players. Lasith Malinga captains the T20 team. The members include Danushka Gunatilaka, Avishka Fernando, Angelo Matthews, Dasun Shanaka, Kusal Janit and Niroshan Dikwella. Other players are Isuru Udana, Dhananjaya De Silva, Banuka Rajapaksa, Oshada Fernando, Vanidu Hasaranga, Lahiru Kumara, Lakshan Sandakan and Kusal Mendes. Kasun Rajitha has been recalled in place of Nuwan Pradeep, who was injured during training. There will be 3 T20 fixtures and the first will commence on the 5th of January. The Sri Lankan team is scheduled to leave for India tomorrow. Well, that's it from this first national news broadcast for 2020. Once again, from all of us here at Rupavahini, we wish you a happy new year. On that, join us once again tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Good night.